Hello there, welcome to NTV English News Bulletin. I am Bhavana Casey. In the beginning, we have the headlines. At least 8 passengers killed when a jeep met with an accident in Salyan. One seriously injured sent to Nepal for treatment. Election Commission implementing a code of conduct from today midnight proposes to increase the ceiling of election expenses of candidates. Russia claims win in referendums held in Russian-controlled 4 regions of Ukraine. Zelensky dismisses the referendum as a farce. And Cuba facing total blackout after Category 3 Hurricane Yuan hits the island nation. 2 deaths reported. Welcome back. You are with NTV English News Bulletin. Now to the news in details. And to begin with, we have this tragic piece of news. At least 8 passengers have been killed when a jeep met with an accident in Salyan district. According to the Chief District Officer of Salyan, Bipin Acharya, the ill-fated jeep met with an accident in the wee hours of 3:30 a.m. at Reem Jalwang of Kapur Rural Municipality of the district. The vehicle was carrying 9 passengers who were returning to their home in Kapurkot after participating a wedding party in Baki. One passenger who was left critically injured has been sent to Nepal for treatment. Police, people's elected representatives and locals are engaged in the rescue efforts. The Election Commission is implementing the Election Code of Conduct from midnight today for the upcoming November 20 federal and provincial assembly elections. Spokesperson of the Commission, Saligram Sarmaportal, said the Commission looks forward to the cooperation of all sides to implement and adhere to the Code of Conduct. All the political parties, candidates, Government of Nepal, provincial and local level officials, employees, media and various concerned agencies have expressed the determination to comply with the Code. As per the election program, the submission of the closed list for the proportional election has been completed. Meanwhile, the Commission is doing homework to fix the election expenditure limit for the candidates and parties for November 20 elections to the House of Representatives and Provincial Assembly as per the election-related law and the Code of Conduct. A meeting of the ruling coalition is underway to finalize seats sharing in the November 20 elections to the members of the House of Representatives and Provincial Assembly. Top leaders from Nepali Congress, CPN Mao Center, CPN Unified Socialist, Janata Samajwadi Party and Janamorcha are attending the meeting being held in Baluatar. The parties have stepped up the discussions with the scheduled day for finalizing closed list of the proportional representation and filing candidacy for first past the post electoral system coming near. Likewise, a separate meeting of the Nepali Congress's office bearers is also taking place at Baluatar for the intra-party discussion. With this update, time to go for a short break, but still to come we have. Welcome back. Now to more updates. Today is the 3rd day of Baradasi festival, one of the 9 manifestations of goddess Durga. The Chandra Ghanta is being worshipped on the 3rd day today. The 9 days of Dasai or Navaratri symbolize the battle which took place between the different manifestations of Durga and demons. Goddess Chandra Ghanta is known for destroying the foes of her devotees. People also recite sacred verses and hymns dedicated to Durga Bhavani at temples and shrines as well as at their homes throughout the Dasai period. A large number of devotees are throwing major Durga shrines including Naksal Bhagwati, Sobha Bhagwati, Maiti Devi, Guheshwari, Bhadrakali, Kalikastan, Naradevi, Vijayeshwari, Indrayadi, Dakshin Kali, Chamunda since early morning today. 4 referendums have ended in Russian-held regions of Ukraine, votes which Moscow may use as grounds to annex more territory. Moscow-installed officials in the regions are now claiming almost total support among those who took part in the disputed votes on joining Russia. Ballots in Russian-occupied parts of southern regions of Kherson and Zaporizhia are also organized. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Zelensky derided a Kremlin-run referendum in occupied regions of Ukraine as a farce in his nightly video address. Cuba is completely without power after Hurricane Ian pummeled the western end of the island, its government has announced. The electrical system is experiencing total collapse, officials said, after one of the main power plants could not be brought back online. 2 people have been reported dead and buildings have been damaged nationwide. The Category 3 hurricane, packing up winds of speed of up to 195 kilometers per hour, is now bearing down on Florida. The head of the Electrical Energy Authority announced that an island-wide blackout had occurred as a result of the national electrical system's breakdown, leaving 11 million people in the dark. With this update, time to go for another break, but still to come we have. Welcome back. Now to more updates. China's yuan has hit fresh record lows against the surging US dollar. The internationally traded yuan fell to its lowest level since data first became available in 2011. China's domestic currency also reached its weakest point since the 2008 global financial crisis. It comes as the dollar continues to rise in value against other currencies after the US central bank raised interest rates again earlier this month. Meanwhile, on Wednesday, other major stock market indexes fell across Asia fell sharply. Japan's benchmark Nikkei index, Hong Kong's Hang Seng, and the Kospi in South Korea were down by more than 2% in the morning trade. Now to next update, where an ancient cemetery dating back to the Chanke and Hawara indigenous culture, some 600 to 800 years old respectively, has been discovered in the neighborhood of Lima. Workers with the local natural gas distribution company were digging up the streets in the neighborhood to lay down gas distribution pipelines when they came across the archaeological find on September the 20th. Archaeologist Cecilia Camargo stated that the archaeologists have so far uncovered 11 bodies, among them children and adults, and that many of the burial sites include the artifacts buried alongside the human remains, including ceramics, textiles, and the local plants. 2 more updates, but before that, let's have what we have coming up next. China sent a new remote sensing satellite into space from the Xichang Satellite Launch Center in the southwest China's Sichuan province on Monday. The satellite Aogan 36 was launched by a Long March 2D carrier rocket at 9:38 p.m. and has entered the planned orbit successfully. This was the 409th flight mission of the Long March series carrier rockets. Now to sports. Lucky loser Vasek Pospisil came from behind to beat 8th seed Talon Griekspoor 4-6, 7-6, 7-5 in the first. With this update, we come to the end of this English News Bulletin. But before we say goodbye, let's have a quick reminder of major stories. At least 8 passengers killed when a jeep met with an accident in Salyan. 1 seriously injured sent to Nepal for treatment. Election Commission to implement Election Code of Conduct from today midnight proposes to increase the ceiling of election expenses of candidates. Russia claims win in referendums held in Russian-controlled 4 regions of Ukraine. Zelensky dismisses the referendum as a farce. And Cuba facing total blackout after Category 3 Hurricane Ian hits the island nation. 2 deaths reported. Well, that's all we have in this edition of English News Bulletin. We'll see you again with next round of English Bulletin at 6 in the evening. Till then, have a great time ahead and do stay tuned with us for the latest news updates and other programs. Namaste.